meeting of the UVC Graduates Association will be held on Sunday 21st July at 11 a.m. Venue KV Engineers Association, Anandra Circle. Agenda to welcome, condolence for the departed souls, reading of the meeting notice, proceedings of the third AGM, report of the working of the association for the year 23-24, audited financial report for the year 23-24, plan for the current year 24-25, annual budget for the 24-25, any other subject with the permission of the chair. Vote of thanks. Of course, again, there are a couple of notes that we had put up. Yes, sir.
I have a point to just make it. Today, if you look at this meeting today, coincidentally, it says Guru Departed. So I think before the start, we should give all our references to all gurus. And each of us, all our friends are also gurus. So I think we will recite it to another very, very appropriate. Before you start the entire this is my suggestion. Please, sir, if you are right for me, are we ready to recite the... Yes. So you want the mic, sir? Who has the mic? I have my voice here. Allah, to all our teachers, right from kindergarten, I remember the people who used to perhaps make me sit on their lap and Kannada's R-E-E from that lady to the Guru means not only the completion of the college, but our peers are also Gurus. We have learned a lot from our friends, so therefore it's very appropriate we think of all of them and sincerely give our respects to them. So I would recite, if you would like, you can recite along with me or one after another. Are we ready, sir? Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat, Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri, Guruve Namaha. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, sir. With that, we will start the AGM details. So the first one is reading from the previous the proceedings of the third AGM. I'll just read it. I know some of you were there last year also, so I'll just quickly go through that. The last year also it was done here only.
Could you take a seat?
So I'll just go to the proceedings quickly. We are glad to inform you that the third AGM of UVCEGA was successfully organized on June 18, 2023 at KV Engineers Association Hall. We had published the notice and also shared our email and WhatsApp messages to all the members. Meanwhile, it was also published in the two leading newspapers as per the bylaw, Deccan Herald and Prajavani on May 19, 2023. On the day, more than 80 alumni members from various batches attended the AGM. After initially having the informal conversation, the alumni were requested to assemble in the hall. Here are the proceedings. At 11, since there was no quorum, the meeting was adjourned by 15 minutes. At 11:15, the office bearers of the committee were seated on the dais. The secretary welcomed everyone and mentioned that the required quorum is present. 25 needed after the adjournment, and the AGM was officially started by the announcement of the president. The secretary then read the names of the departed UVC alumni souls and requested everyone to stand and observe. The AGM notice was read out and mentioned the highlights of the activities from the annual report, which will be presented on the projector. Some of the key highlights mentioned: plans and realizations for the 22-23 were shared. What were the planned activities in the previous AGM and how many of them have been realized? Membership drive crossed the 1,300 milestone. Marvel R&D
people
lab,
don't
which was
talk.
set up to create a platform for
How
the
many
UVC
discussions
students to explore niche areas apart from the academics, understand the real world problems, innovate and find the solutions. Inaugurated on September 15, 2021, it was mainly supported by the 63-64 batch alumni along with the others. Updates and activities by GA Entrepreneurs and Innovators Group. UVC Sammilana Engineers Day was organized on September 24, 2022. UVC Autonomous 5K Run was organized on March 5th, 2023, which was appreciated by the members. The humongous effort to successfully conduct such a big event where 1,000 plus participants came together was lauded by everyone. UVC meet and greet, synchro sessions, lecture series and other initiatives were briefed as and when more alumni join hands. These tasks will be run in an organized manner as per the schedule, which will be informed to everyone. And the secretary requested more people to be part of such initiatives. UVCEGA scholarships 23, 9 lakhs worth of scholarships were distributed on 27th April 2022 at the college for around 68 students. The alumni donations were appreciated and special mentions to batch contributions were announced to the attendees along with the donor names. UVCEGA has helped in organizing batch reunions in the recent past. 72 batch Golden Jubilee, 97 batch Silver Jubilee, and 2012 batch Decade Reunion. Activities of Vision UVCE, communication wing of UVCEGA were mentioned like Sampada, UVCE Chronicles, Unnati, placement support, UVCE Madhukate, best class competition, UVCE Jatre, and conference and more. Monthly meetings, meeting with the college faculty, support towards the infrastructure like library, college website, and more were mentioned. Based on the presentation, Shashi Kumar from 1980 batch proposed to accept the secretary's annual report, and N.G. Suresh from 1971 batch, and G. N. Narayan Swamy from 1969 batch, seconded. Next, the treasurer Lomesh mentioned about the finance related information in the report, income and expenses, receipts and payments, balance sheet, auditor report. The attendees were requested to go through it and ask if there are any queries or clarifications. There was a question from N.G. Suresh about the amount of cash in hand mentioned in the details. The treasurer clarified that under the subheading it is mentioned as the amount in the bank account. Also, the reason for that amount lying in current account is due to failure of 10 scholarship amount that was transferred and returned back to the account. Also, few donations towards scholarships were received at the end of March. Hence, by the end of financial year, the amount was still in the current account itself. Dr. M.S. Suresh from 71 batch asked about the dispersal of ATG tax exemptions and receipts to the donors towards the scholarship funds. It was mentioned that it will be done by June end. N.G. Suresh from 1971 batch asked about the interest on IT and custodial event fees. Both queries were clarified by the President, Mejindra Tripattappa, and Vice President, L. Ravi. Satisfied with the clarifications, Narayan Swamy from 69 batch proposed to approve the financial details and the reports. Narsim Murthy from 1971 batch seconded it. Moving forward, the Secretary presented the plans for the upcoming year along with the budget for the coming year of 22-23. It was unanimously agreed by all the members. Raghavendra Rao from 1972 proposed to approve the budget. Somshekhar from 1980 batch and Loganathan from 1976 batch seconded it. Approval of the auditor, Prasanna Adiga, and his fees for the year 23-24 was mentioned by the Secretary and agreed unanimously by the general body. It was proposed by Narayan Swamy of 1969 batch and seconded by Kameshwaran of 1971 batch. Next, a special mention of the UVCEGA funding pledge drive was made by the Secretary. The details with respect to this and other necessary details were mentioned and everyone was requested to join hands in the future. Prabhakara from 1973 highlighted the fact about the amount mentioned towards scholarships was it done by only UVCEGA or other groups as well. Secretary replied that it was the cumulative amount of all the alumni groups including UVCEGA. Subramania from 1987 batch suggested to take undertaking from the students who get the scholarships about the same. President replied that this will be considered in the future. Professor L.R. Reddy from 1966 batch agreed to the point that the current college authorities need to be dedicated for a column in the Sampada who can address the student concerns. Secretary replied that it will be started shortly. G.S. Biju from 1982 batch made a point stating that director of the college should be invited to the future AGMs and requested to take action to solve the concerns of the students. Dr. KP Guruswamy, alumni of 1999 batch and present faculty of electrical department, mentioned that he was given the responsibility of nodal officer for scholarships in the college and he will be glad to be associated with the initiative. The president assured that the UVCEGA will engage with him and work together in the coming days. With this discussion, the president announced that the AGM was officially over. Proceedings of the SGM. The secretary welcomed everyone for the SGM and mentioned that there were few points to be modified in the bylaw, which will be discussed in the SGM. Couple of points were already ratified earlier in the previous SGM, but was not submitted to the register of societies. So the same modifications were getting approval of the SGM this time again. Few other points had to be modified, which were suggested by the IT department for the purposes of LAB and ATG. So changes to the quorum of AGM were proposed by Swamy and seconded by Dr. M.S. Suresh of 1971 batch. For upcoming AGMs, the annual report will be furnished in the soft copy format only. This is for the Go Green motto and it is eco-friendly too. This modification was proposed by UVCEGA from 1980 batch and seconded by Sridhar of 1987 batch. The additions required by IT department were read out to the members and it was accepted. Vidappa from 72 batch proposed it and Manjunath from 72 batch seconded it. The amendment suggesting the funds to be invested in scheduled banks were proposed by Suresh from 73 batch and was seconded by Kameshwaran from 71 batch and GS Raju from 1980 batch. The dissolution of the society, new section added as per the IT department requirements were accepted by the members present. Ramakrishna from 71 batch proposed it and Lieutenant Colonel Sridhar from 71 batch seconded it. Benefits of the society was added newly along with the Vision UVC subcommittee section in the bylaw. After discussions, these were proposed by Swamy of 1969 batch and seconded by GS Raju of 1980 batch. The president announced that the SGM is concluded. The secretary announced that we have 10-15 minutes for the open forum for the members to ask any queries. Some points were discussed about the UVCE, the autonomous status, and how alumni can get actively involved. The office bearers requested the members present to encourage their batchmates to join hands to build the community. The vice president gave a vote of thanks speech and requested everyone to proceed for lunch after a group photo. Lunch was served and everyone interacted with each other, introduced and shared their thoughts. It was a wonderful networking opportunity to everyone, seniors and juniors. We thank everyone who joined us in the AGM and hope they had a good time. We appreciate all the suggestions and inputs from the alumni for the improvement of the association and building the alumni community. For those who could not join the AGM but are interested to know the annual report of UVCEGA, we will update the same in the website. So this was the proceedings from the previous AGM. So what I would request is someone to propose the proceedings and someone to second it. Sir, your name and batch.
Yes, Prabhu Prasad. Prabhu Prasad. 1973 civil.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Someone to second. Yeah. Narayan from sir. From 69. G. A. Narayan. Yes. Thank you, sir. So we will continue with this year's data. So as I think we have, like say most of you would have seen it. We had sent the soft copy and even now, if at all you want to have a look at it, we have multiple QR codes here. You can just scan it and you can go through the entire details. What we have done in the presentation is just the gist of it so that you get an idea about, like say, what are the main activities that we have done. So the membership drive was still the primary focus. We are trying to build the momentum. So we have added around 300 more members. We are around 1,650 members now. So they can't see you. Yeah, so the membership drive, we have continued that. We have reached 1,650 very recently. So the last year we have added around 300 new members. The lecture series, which was a quarterly initiative, is what we had planned. This is the plans and realizations what I am telling. We had planned few things. What is the update about that is what is the quick update I am trying to tell you. We, like say we had planned it will be a quarterly initiative. It didn't take off the way we planned it. We'll definitely see what can be done in the future. Then the UVCE meet and greet. You can see that multiple in the different locations of Bangalore we have held the UVC meet and greet. There will be a couple of photos going forward. You will be able to see that. We also plan to have organize the UVC Samilana for the Engineers Day celebration. So we had successfully organized it, and around 75 to 80 people attended that. Next one, please. Yeah, we had told that we will be starting something called as course or certification support for the students along with the scholarship. So we have done that successfully this year. Around 14 students have been given the certification support. This is an experimentation that we have started along with the scholarship. So I will give a little bit more update on that further. The GS scholarships, we wanted to continue that, but if you see, we had also mentioned focus a bit more about the endowment funds. The majorly because there was a suggestion from the members saying that you need not always, like say, try to raise the funds every year on year, but you have to, like say, collectively keep it so that it will be used for the future. So the endowment is what is the, like say, plan, and we have, like say, started going in that direction. That update also will be there. Scholarships were successful and endowment funds have been raised. More details inside. Work on sustaining and improving the Marble Lab. Again, that is going on in a very good aspect. Totally, until now, around 13.5 lakhs has been spent for the Marble Lab. Organize at least 3 or more reunions was the plan. A Golden Jubilee, Silver Jubilee, and Decade. So the point is, we were able to do 2. 1973 Golden Jubilee and 98 Silver Jubilee we were able to successfully organize. But we organized a couple of other events to get the alumni. Next one, please. Continue monthly meetings open for all the alumni, irrespective of whether they are members or not. We have continued that online, of course. Focus on supporting students with career opportunities and higher studies. The Unnati, the online initiative, what we started, that is going on strong. We had 4 more sessions that were done. We also helped with the placements thanks to the alumni. I'll read out their names in the next slides. Implement at least few short-term suggestions from the autonomous think tanks. So some of you might remember in 22 we had formed 3 autonomous think tanks, one for the academics, one for the industry, and one for the fundraising. There were few short-term and few long-term suggestions by the committee members. So out of that, some of them we are working towards the implementation. For example, fundraising and branding had informed that why don't you organize more fun evening kind of a things that has to be, let's say, taken forward to get more alumni. So we have done that, and yeah, more other things also we have tried to continue with that. Continue Sampada and UVCE Chronicles plus improving the GA website. Sampada has been published every month. The 174th edition is like say what has been said recently. We have not missed a single like say edition so far. And then the Chronicles also. Multiple episodes of Chronicles we have released it. So the website is also being upgraded. Yeah. So Innova student alumni coordinators, that is work in progress. We will put in more effort to get the students involved. As you see, some of the students are there here also today as volunteers. That is as part of this initiative only. Have a fundraising and test drive for supporting UVCE once it becomes autonomous. I mean, it has become autonomous. The point is, we wanted to definitely make sure that whatever the funds and etc. is planned, once there is requirement from the college, it will be utilized accordingly. That is the point. So now this is the detailed report. I just told the plans and realizations. I'll quickly go through this one. As I told again, all the details are in the report. This is just the highlights. So the membership drive, we have reached 1,600 milestones recently. The Marble Lab, which was set up in 2021. So I'm glad to inform you that in the last 2.5-3 years now, around 100 students have completed a minimum of level 1 course. Okay, so there is level 1, level 2 and level 3, 5 different domains, and around 100 students have completed at least level 1. Okay, now the level 2, out of that maybe around 40% is what has been converted. So that is what is the update there. The project track and the computation track has also been very successful. The reason or what is the information about it is, project track is the students who want to do any kind of project will help them with the finance. The computation track, where people want to go out and participate, we will definitely kind of support them. So you can see that couple of the awards are also won. So this is the latest one, the Srishti competition where the students won and won both, like I said, 2 prizes in that competition. That is from the Marble lab. And then equipment support to the students from all branches. Whatever the equipments that are there in the Marble lab, it is open. Anyone can come and utilize that. And like say there is a process for that we have like say informed, and people can start using the equipments. Then the UVCE Samilana, I think some of you might remember that last year, and again another couple of months Engineers Day is going to come. So we will be doing that this year also. But the last year one in the Century Club, if you remember, around 80 plus people had participated, and we had released the 73 Golden Jubilee souvenir there as a special token. Yeah. The next is meet and greet. As I told, I will definitely share a couple of the photos. We have done in various parts of Bangalore. You can see Jawaharlal Nehru Planetarium, Indian Musical Experience in JP Nagar, Open Day at IISc Malleshwaram, and Kabbal Park. So there are different places. The idea is UVC meet and greet is just a informal get together, just to interact, know each other. That is the whole funda of it, and also explore different locations of Bangalore at the same time. Okay, so with that, the meet and greet is pretty successful. We will be taking forward, like say that even this year, we will want more of you to join. If you have any suggestions of any places where you want to meet, or where you can get your friends and you want us to join, let us know. We'll definitely be happy to do that. The UVC Alumni Conference, to raise awareness about the student activities, we like say invited some of the alumni to come down to the college. The students interacted with them, told them what is happening. We got the different the clubs, the IEEE, the Training and Placement Office, Adamya, and etc. to come down and definitely, let's say, interact with the alumni. Okay, so that is what we did. And the meeting with the Higher Education Minister, Government of Karnataka, on November 10th, the President and Vice President both met with the Higher Education Minister, and they informed him about any support or like say anything that is required from the alumni. We will be more than happy to do it, provided the government, like say, takes forward the initiative from the like say for improvement of the college. So that has been done last year. And then the UVCEGA alumni survey. So if again, this was the thing that I was mentioning, a casual fun evening with, like say, no formal event, no speech, no talk, nothing. It was just a get together networking event that we did with games and etc. So around 100 plus alumni participated and had a lot of fun. We have got at least, like say, 15-20 response from that day saying more such events should be done. So we will be definitely taking that into consideration. The batch reunions, Golden Jubilee reunion of 73 batch with around 50 plus alumni had joined. Oh sorry, that is 1973 batch. Yeah, correct. Okay. Fund of total worth of around 6.6 was raised, and 2 scholarships were awarded to the ED and meritorious students in the name of UVCE 73 Electrical and Electronics batch Golden Jubilee scholarships. This will be given every year. So this is the endowment that has been set up. Okay, I will read out the names. I definitely wanted to read out the name majorly because to appreciate their contribution. Surya Narayana. Surya Narayana Rao, Electrical, Naveen Rao, Electrical, A.K. Prabhakara, Electrical, Sujata Bhattacharjee, Electrical, Satish Deshpande, Electrical, S. Narayana, Electrical, N.J. Ratnabal Raju, Electrical, V. Satyaprakash, Electrical, Ravi Kumar, Electronics, P.S. Sethunathan, Electronics, Anil Kumar Pai, Electronics, P. Sundaram, Electrical, Gopal Krishna C.S. Electronics, Satyanarayana Achar, Electronics. So this is from the 73 electrical and electronics batch who have set up the funds. Now one other thing is after, let's say the event, 73 event was done as well, there are a couple of other donations that we have received from that batch. What we will be doing is, we will be adding their name going forward because this is for the previous year. So the Silver Jubilee of 1998 batch, 60 plus alumni had joined for that as well. So that was both of them, the reunions were pretty successful. The scholarships, so this year 6 laptops worth of around 28,000 each 30 full scholarships worth of around 20,000 each, 30 half scholarships worth of 10,000 each, and the special one was that 14 certification support, which is worth of average around 12,000 each. What is the certification support? Like say the students had, I'll just give you the process what we went through. While applying the scholarship itself, the students were told they can select either the scholarship or the certification. So we got around totally 350 applications. We went through that, we shortlisted the students, and we got around 125, 128 shortlisted for the interviews. The interviews were done, and during the interview itself, again there was a segregation between the scholarships and the certifications. So once that was done, the certification support is like the students will get 50% from the UVCEGA. That is, if the course certification value is 15,000, they will get 7,500 from GA initially. They will have to complete the course in 6 months. Once they complete the course within that and they get the score, a pretty good score, we will reimburse the remaining 7,500 so that the entire certification will be free for them. So this we have started this year, first time as an experimentation mode. We are hoping that it will be successful. We are getting regular updates. So that is what, worth of average around 12,000 approximately. Some courses are 10,000, some courses are 15,000. So average of 12,000 each is what we have given to each student. So branch-wise data: civil 8, mechanical 9, electrical 14, electronics 17, computer science 10, ISC 10, architecture 1, AIML 10. For the current year, a total budget of around 12 lakhs is spent for the scholarships for a total of around 80 students. So, I'll just read out the special contribution one. The entire list of donors is on the website, you can check it out. But the special mention is because the entire batch came together, that is why. The 92 electronics batch won endowment from the year 21-22 onwards. 2009 batch won endowment from 21-22 onwards. 1971 Golden Jubilee celebrations, 2 endowments from the year 21-22 onwards. 1973 electronics and electrical Golden Jubilee celebration, 2 endowments from the current year. RM Mancheshwara Iyer Memorial Scholarship, 1 endowment for the current year. 1970 batch, 1 endowment for the current year. From 94 batch, we have received a total of 7.5 lakhs. Sundaram Reddy from 1956 batch has contributed 4 lakhs. 1978 batch, we have received around 2 lakhs. From 2009 batch, for the current year, we have received an additional 1.55 lakhs. And there is one BK Venkatramana Memorial Scholarship. So, the endowment. Yeah. So this is the overall number statistics so far. This is put together initially whatever was Vision UVC and then UVCEGA. In 13 years, around 700 scholarships have been given. 72 lakhs worth of scholarships, that is including laptop, certification support, etc. From around 390 donors. So this is the total the scholarship story so far. And now we have around 8 endowments for scholarships that we have established so far, and we are aiming for another 4 to 5 more at least minimum in this coming year. That is until 23-24 financial year, we have 8 endowment funds established. So the thing is, from the endowment funds, every year we will be able to give 1 scholarship without any hassle from the interest generated from that funds. So that is the endowment funds. So the next one, LAB and ATG approval, we have got it. So last year it was a intermediary approval that we had got, but this year we have got it for 3 years. So any donors, we have given them the ATG receipts so that they can claim for the tax benefit. That has been given to all the 18 plus donors. With some of them who are there in US who didn't want the ATG benefit, the receipts are given to them. But anyone who wanted to claim the ATG, we have given the ATG, the 10B certificates also. So that has been given to all of them. Then there is something called as Benefit Portal Registration. So this is a new one that we have done. thanks to Shankar Sastri from 92 batch who nominated UVC Graduates Association. He's an employee at the Microsoft. So what is Benivity portal? So there is a portal called as Benivity and lot of companies are part of it. So what happens is if any company, like say I am an alumni, I want to donate to UVCEGA. If I do it through Benivity portal, if I give 10,000, what will my company do if they have tie-up with the beneficiaries? They will add another 10,000 from their side and give totally 20,000 to UVCEGA. So because of that, we will get double the amount. That is one thing. The second one is volunteer efforts. If the alumni is spending some time, some of the institutes, some of the companies, what they have is, if the alumni has spent 10 hours in overall, for each hour they will put some money and they will transfer it to UVCEGA. So a lot of companies have this program. So if any of you know any of the companies, please do let us know, because what we want is, because now the UVCEGA is being there directly. Anyone who can search UVC Graduates Association from their company portal, they will be able to transfer it. So this is one new thing that we have done this time. We have tested the entire flow now. Shankar Sastri himself transferred the initial 10,000 just for testing purpose, and we have got the 20,000 amount after I think 1 month or so. We have got the amount. So everything is set up. The entire pipeline is there now. So that is about the Benivity. Support to the college infrastructure, couple of things. The 97 mechanical batch, when they had their golden jubilee 1 year previous, they had actually given UVCEGA the responsibility of spending 3 lakhs. They had raised 3 lakhs within their class and they had given it to us. They told us one simple thing: any requirement from the mechanical department, whenever the mechanical HOD asks for anything, GA should disperse the amount. That is what was their condition. We had taken that. So out of the 3 lakhs, until now 2.75 lakhs is spent. 2.1 lakhs was spent 1 year previous itself. In the previous year also you can see in the report. Another 65,000 roughly we have spent it this year. And we have another 25,000 left with us from that corpus fund. Repair works for the boardroom. This will be presented in 24-25, but we mentioned it because there is something that we have done that is visible if you go to the college, of around 17.5 thousand, and printing of the college ID cards and tags for the 24-25 via UVCEGA. Why we have put via UVCEGA is 2 or 3 alumni came up and the librarian asked us for help. So what we did was, there was a very short time we had, so we didn't want them to transfer us the amount and from us we transfer it to the vendor. What we did was, we kind of directly interlinked the vendor and the donor. Okay, so there are 2-3 donors for that. We will be informing the names in the coming year. Of course, couple of them didn't want them to be named also, but it was majorly for the students' ID cards and tags that you can see that has been disbursed in the college. And yeah, the total is around 1.05 lakhs is what we have spent for that. Managing the college official website and handling the expenses of that, we are still doing that from the UVCEGA. Then quickly, I think this is the last update what I have mainly. Vision UVC activities. So as I told Sampada, from the 14 years we have been sending it every month, and this month, the recent one that you all have got is from the civil special. So we would definitely be, like say, more than happy if you can join hands. The UVC Chronicles, 65 plus episodes and more. There are 4 seasons that are out there. Unnati online session for the higher education. You can see we had done, like say, multiple of them. One in the IIT, Masters in IIT was one. MS in US, and electronics domain higher studies in one is from Germany and one from US. So we have done this from the recent batch alumni who can share what is their experience with the current students. So that is done. And then the placement support, as I told, I wanted to name them and thank them here. Sanjeev Joshi sir from Extreme Networks from 95 batch. Sheena Mori, Broadreach Financial Solutions from 92 batch. Krishna AG, Light Matrix Technologies from 2001 batch. Rakesh MR, Tejas Networks from 2009 batch. So because of them, the companies came down to the college for campus recruitment and they have recruited the students. So I thank them for the placement support that I have been giving. Because of them, the students are like say benefited in some way or the other. The LinkedIn and other social media updates, we have been constantly updating it to make sure that there is social interaction. The branding is there. The alumni, whatever the achievements are there. On the LinkedIn, even when someone changes a company or gets promoted, we post that so that it is a branding for the alumni as well as for the college. The best class 5.0 was done last year. The winners were given the cash prizes. UVCE Jatre is basically the students conduct an event, a fun event in the college, and we financially supported that. And the UVCE Hostel Samvada. So what we did was we went to hostel, we spoke to the students. If any of their questions or anything, what kind of support is needed, we are trying to understand that. We are trying to build a samvada between, let's say, the students and the alumni. That is the point here. And the hostel is majorly that important. That is the first step. We've gone to the boys' hostel. We'll definitely be visiting the civil hostel also, and even the girls' hostel shortly. That is the plan. Yeah, so that is the details for the working report. So again, if there are any questions, please feel free to ask. I will be more than happy to answer that. If there are any suggestions, I would request you to keep it till the end. So once the financial details and the budget is presented, we will be open for any suggestions from your end. But on the working report, if there are any questions about any initiative or if there is any specific point, I would request any of you if you have any questions. Okay, then we will keep it for the end only for any questions. So what I will do is I will request someone to propose the working committee report and someone to secretary. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 71. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. So, yes, sir. AG Suresh sir also. AG Suresh from Yeah, so now the next one is immediately the finance details. We just quickly finish it through, maybe another 15 minutes it will be done. Then with the permission of the chair, we will open it up for questions. So I request the treasurer to talk about the finance details.
So this is the results and payments for the financial year 2020. The opening balance you see it was 3,18,006 and 63. This was the amount we started with from previous year. Capital income, what we have received is membership charges worth of 99,781 rupees is the membership charges that we have received. So you can you may ask like we have membership charges of 600, but why is there an odd figure in this one? Because this through the online registrations we will get 1 rupee or 1.3 extra based on the e-commerce or through its charges. So that's why we have that additional amount there. And scholarships and donations worth 15 lakhs. This is purely on the endowment. So we have about 5 endowment that we registered last year that is worth of 15 lakhs. Yeah, and then the revenue income, sponsorships. So we have received around 26,72,797. So this will include the scholarship donations that have come apart from the endowments, like the regular scholarship donations, event registrations through 1973, 88. We did some kind of events which we already read in the report, right? So through that we have got the amount and Samilana registrations, and we also did the fun event alumni So through that also we have received the amounts, and there was one act for 15,000 on one of the Sampada that we published. So through all these things, scholarship donations, event registrations of reunion, Samilana, and the ads, together we have received that sponsorship of 26,72,797. And interest on IT we have received 190, and interest on FD, whatever we have kept, it is 2,80,000. 16,548. So in total it is 74 lakhs 48 to 94 in terms of receipts. Now going towards the payments. So based on the received amounts, we have contributed towards the fixed deposits. That's about 53 lakhs. And scholarship, we have paid 13, 14, 165. Okay, that's a total of 66 lakhs. And revenue expenses, bank charges from SBI, we have incurred around 826 rupees. Sponsorships and event expenses. So these are, this will include about 1.7 lakh of rupees that we have spent for Marvel. Student prizes for the best class initiative and other initiatives worth of 65,000. Other events which we have done like reunion, Samilana, alumni story, that will come up to around 4.3 lakhs. And Exicom hall charges also, and mechanical department we had got the budget for 3 lakhs, right? Yeah. So which we have spent 45 this year, 45,000 this year for the mechanical department. So from that 3 lakhs, we still have 35,000 which we will plan to disperse next the coming year. And 2022-2023 5K run AGM sponsorship and event expenses are around 18,900 rupees. And the last financial year we closed at 32,159 in the bank account. So rest everything has been kept in the FD and endowments. So that's the assets and payments. 32,000, that is in the current account. So because we are not supposed to keep much amount in the current account, so it's only 32,000. Rest everything is in the fixed deposits. Expenditure and so the same thing what we saw in the previous, it's just about the expenditure and income. So we already saw bank charges 826, sponsorship, event and expenses 720, and AGM expenses 80,000. So excess of income over expenditure is 22 lakhs, so total of 30 lakhs 68,540 rupees. So the income will be interest on FD, we received 3,95,527. Sponsorships, which we already saw in the previous 26 lakhs 72,797, and interest on IT is 190. So that is a total of 30 lakhs 68,540. Next is the final balance sheet. This is the overall balance sheet. So opening balance 4,61,505 rupees. Membership which we added 99,781. So expenditure 22 lakhs 66,544. Right. So and the capital fund for scholarship which we received last time is 18,719, and sponsorships is 46,12,951. For the labs 487,937. There's no change in this one because it's already in the sponsorships only it is been calculated for Marvel. So the fixed deposit in total we have now 84 lakhs 45,000 in the fixed deposits. And expected TDS receivable is around 39,000 when we file the returns, and interest receivable on the FDs will be 2,99,140, and bank balances which we have in the current account is 32,159. So the total will be 88,58,46. So that's the financial report for the previous year, and this is the auditor's report which has been signed by the auditor that was appointed, Prasanna Adiga. He's a chartered accountant. SBI. So the account is in SBI Kumarakat. We had it in MS building, just been now shifted for ease of. It depends on the 400 days is 7.11. So it depends like how many days we are taking. So we are usually kept. We consider the highest interest which we will get. Right now the highest is 7.1 for 400 days. So we have kept for 400 and we will keep on renewing that. Any other questions? We are, it is paid quarterly, correct. Which one? Okay. Yeah, it's the total. Yeah. No, not everything. Not everything is paid. Quarterly.
Some of them were quarterly, some of them were annual.
And,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So total. Yes. Any other questions from anyone?
Hello. As per the new process, this VDG, now my auditor has told that receipt itself is not sufficient. You have to somehow upload it to income tax website and then our auditors can take that.
Yes, sir, we have done that, sir. So that is why we give the 10 BE certificates.
We have already done that one. What you are saying, there is no other way. Otherwise, the certificate will not be valid. So, issuing a certificate to an individual is a thing which is already been through the auditor.
Not only certificate, with respect to bonus, payment is a fan number.
Yes, sir, we give individually to each and every.
So this year also, whoever has donated, individually they have sent the reports to
Certificate. Sir, once we get the amount, once we give it to the CA, the auditor, he will upload it. We will give him the receipts, photos to him, and with the PAN number, address details and the amount, and what is the mode of transaction. So once we give that, he will upload it, and for each one of the donor, he will be able to generate the 10BE certificates. So that certificates also we have given it to all the donors who have given us the PAN numbers. If they are not given the PAN number, we will not be able to generate the 10BE certificate.
That ADT, I got the income tax exemption commissioner. And this is a permanent one, only thing is after 3 years. So that time we have to submit. So ADT is on now for next 3 years, we don't have to worry. Then now, earlier days, we used to ADT is not being reviewed. But now, they made a rule that all ADT exemptions that is given will be reviewed after every 3 years. So in the consider of 3 years, then it will clarify. Government and review.
Any other questions? We'll take it later. So we'll go with the proposal. Okay. Okay. So we would request you to propose the reports, submitted report. HR Parsarthi 9. HR Parsarthi 90. Okay. So we need somebody to second the. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And we would also need your approval to about the auditor. So, are we okay to proceed with the same auditor, Prasanna Adiga? Thank you. So we need to, sir, we need to, not required for general audio. Thank you. So with the permission, we will be, approval will be going in the same auditor person. So with that, I think we'll.
What we had is, let's say in the slides, we have the current year, next year plan. Before we go to the next year plan, we will just finish up the budget so that the finance part is done. So the budget for the 24-25 is what the treasurer will figure out.
So budget for 24 and 25. So membership. So yeah, proposed. Yeah. So the proposed amount for 23-24 was 3,60,000 in the previous AGM. We had proposed that we will be receiving around this much, but the actual amount we were able to receive is 99,781. That is the target of 600 membership. What was proposed in the last AGM, but we were able to achieve 165. So for the upcoming year, we are resetting the target to 400. So where we are proposing the amount of 2,40,000. Both, sir. We are trying to target both, but to be really honest, we are not been able to garner the recent batches to register for the association. So we have some plans for that also. So we will be planning to execute this year. That's, we can't make it compulsory.
I know it. That's how we all became. But later on, some people objected, so it stopped. So then, you see, no one can compel anyone that you become a member. Talking about the scholarship, yes, that we are.
We're trying to do that. We're trying our best, sir. So it's left to the students to register. So yeah, that's about that. And donations, we propose we will be receiving around 50 lakhs. But we have excelled in that. We have received 55. So we will be proposing the same amount for this year also. Bank interest 140, but we have received 229. As you saw in the sheet. So for the upcoming, we will be proposing 3,60,000 with the increase in the FTs. Event registration fees, 5 lakh is what was proposed. We got 5,43,000, so we will be keeping the same target. So all the event registrations from 73 reunions or Milanas or events. Batch reunion contributions 5 lakh was proposed, but here also we have excelled 6,75,000 is what we have able to collect. So we are increasing our target for next year, that is coming year, is 8 lakh rupees. And Marvel R&D lab sponsors 5 lakh and the same. We have not actually worked on that area because of certain reasons, because in the college we were not able to expend too much on the Marvel aspect. So but the coming year we will be targeting more on that. We have said the same thing. So total we had proposed for 70 lakhs. So the actual amount we received 71. So we will be proposing 74 lakhs for the coming year. So expenses. So scholarships we proposed 15 lakh, but we have given away 13 lakh 14,165, and we are going to be proposing the same for the coming years. And R&D lab 5 lakh is the proposed. Actual amount we spent is around 1,73,000 for competition, workshops, and other consumables. So we will be proposing the same amount for the coming year as well. And we have come up with a new alumni felicitation as a budget for this year for 2 lakhs. So we will be working on this shortly and announcing an event which you can look forward. And event expenses 4 lakhs, but the expenses incurred is 4 lakh 36. So the next time we are planning for 12 lakhs. We are expecting major reunions for the coming year. Couple of them and so sorry events, and we have a big event that we are planning for. Hopefully that will materialize. AGM expenses 1 lakh. So 80,000 we finished last year. So this year also we are expecting 1 lakh base expense. Web and other expenses. This is website and other things like infrastructure related. So 7 lakhs is what we have thought of, but infrastructure wise we have not spent too much. So we have only been able to spend 45, which we gave for the mechanical department. So this year with the new director in charge, who has taken charge, we hope that we will be able to give more in that area. So we have kept it around 6 lakhs for this year, hoping for the best. So Vision UVCE activities and expenses 2 lakhs is what we had proposed, 65 is what we have done, and 2 lakhs is the same that we are going to be proposing. Miscellaneous 75,000, but we have incurred only the bank charges of 26. So we'll just keep it as 2 lakhs for this year for hiring a part-time person for our association. As you all know that we have been running the association with no office bearers. So we from the EXICOM committee only we are doing all the work. So it's adding some burden. So we are trying to hire a part-time person this time. So that's one. Surplus amount of FD 35 lakhs, but the actual amount that we are able to give is 53 in terms of this year's FD that we have met. So this year also we are planning for 29 lakhs. So the total proposed amount was 70. The actual amount spent so 74. And next year we will be proposing to spend around 74 lakhs again. So this is about the entire budget. Any questions or suggestions? Okay. I think with that, yes, sir. So before that, we'll just propose this. Whoever someone can propose the budget. Second budget. Venkatesh. Yes, sir. Yeah.
This is regarding your FD, kept in the bank.
Yes. Yes.
This is quite a sizable amount.
Yes.
You are only getting the interest of 7% or something, right?
Yes.
I don't know whether it is permissible to have a relationship manager. I don't know, SBI has got it, but Kotak Mahindra have got.
Yes.
Where you can get much higher returns, especially for an endowment which is permanently kept there. And what's the percentage now? How much is the endowment?
15. 1.5.
Yeah. At least if you start with that 1.5, it has to be permanently kept there. And with the relationship manager, there are so many varieties. You can get really more than 40%. And it is very safe also. Okay, you can look into that.
Yeah.
So,
we are invited to keep our funds only in specific bank. This is only requirement we are taking. So this is where we are, we cannot get, I know it, that there are other banks like my own business, I'm not in the state. I put somewhere I'm getting 99% now. Here I cannot shift the amount particularly.
this endowment also you give big ATG because it is a full amount.
Whatever is the entire our finance, after all, ATG is given for home, for people who are not indulging in any other, will only doing some interest at the college and then. See, that restriction is there. So when I went to initiate, then they told me, there is a requirement for me. So we are ensuring that requirement.
Okay, thank you.
You will not be able to go with any kind of securities and all that stuff. It's purely FD. Any other questions? Yes.
I am Venkat Subramani, 1974 Electronics. Okay. This is not on the budget, but on the topic of membership. You know, I really appreciate that you got a target of 1650 now and wanting to go up to 2000. But I would like to point out that in the last year, there is quite a bit of backlog in terms of converting from provisional to the UVCEGA membership number. Some of my classmates have approached me to raise this point that they have paid the money in February and they have sent reminders and they are not going to any feedback on the status of converting from provisional to the UVCEGA number. So I know that you are in a very limited team and working very hard, but if some type of support is needed to take care of this backlog, then we can ask for volunteers and we will be very glad to help out in this matter. So one of the things which will be important for the membership drive is that the members get the feedback. I mean, my classmate is telling me that he will get an acknowledgement from the UVCEGA for the delay in getting the number. So this is just I want to highlight this point as we are aiming for more members to join. They would also expect a sort of proper feedback from the organization on the status of their application. Thank you.
Understood. Sir, we will definitely work on that. There are two things. One is from the conversion from the provisional to GA, UVC GA1, until like say 2-3 months before, like say we kind of decided that we will even take the online, like say the form, the signed one and like say the soft copy. Before that, it was only the hard copy, we had to get it personally signed. So that was one reason. But not to say, like say that is giving us that as a reason. There are other couple of things. Like say once we do that, we have to make sure that the receipt is there and online is updated. But today, even today, if anyone is a provisional member or a lifetime member, irrespective of it, they'll all receive the emails, they'll all are there on the WhatsApp. Any communication has been said, there is no distinction. The only thing that we have the distinction between the provisional and the lifetime member is for the voting purpose. Because as per the Cooperative Society Act, so we have to have the hard copy with us saying that this person is a member. That was the only reason. Other than that, there is no distinction between anyone. But we will make sure that going forward, we will even like say make sure that it is much more faster and people will not have to wait for that. We'll definitely take care of that. Sorry about that.
Overall membership is inclusive of provisional as well as the confirmed members.
Hello, this is Mahesh, 2014 electrical batch. So I request Chairperson one suggestion for improving the number of membership. So can we give, right now we have 600 for membership fees. The fresh pass out batch within certain time, if they join or if we conduct some drive, can we give some discounted membership fees for the fresh engineer pass out student? This is just a suggestion, sir. The motto is to increase the membership and
No, see, how much of membership will be charged? Maximum 600.
Even I request, can we increase the membership fees also? For more than 1 year, the person is more than 1 year passed out, so we can increase certain amount and within passed out, we can make some discounted for to conduct the drive.
Hello. Can you hear me? See, your suggestion is good, but see, discussing with the president, 600 rupees is very less nowadays. So I was telling him to increase it to 1000 rupees. So, one suggestion for the students, we can do some reduction. What is the reduction is, he can become associate member. He will not be a full-fledged member. We can give him some concession and ask him to become associate member. That proposal we can, because then he can be converted as a member. That's what we are doing for the contract engineers in our association. We make them as associate member. Once they are regularized, they will become a full member. They will have all the benefits except voting rights. But we can, if AGM agrees, we can make a concession to the new members and designate them as associated members.
As regard to the people who are now going on to college, we are posting a function, graduation ceremony. We are hosting it, and I'm sure that we are spending money for graduation ceremony. So I'm sure that they will all be willing to become members. That's all for the day. But we not make it any compulsion. And 500 rupees is nothing. The inflation, we consider what is taking place, whatever salary which was there when we joined, it is 100 times more than what is being done. 500 rupees is nothing. Yes, sir, 600, including the 500 membership and 100 is
I agree with it because you see nowadays it was something like 20 rupees or something that itself we are feeling very high at that time. But today 500 is nothing. In fact, when you go to a hotel, you spend about 1,000 rupees and come out. So 1,000 rupees is minimum is what is required actually. Last time only we suggested this to make it 1,000 rupees. So there is no point in reducing that. It's not worth it.
Hi, this is Venkichar. I think probably I'm the only NRI UVCE graduates. I think my suggestion is we need to focus on the huge number of NRI graduates we have all across. I used to be a part of, I'm also part of the IIT alumnus, and I was driving the IIT alumnus for quite some time, including my current doctorate program. And I also know we have our UVCE WhatsApp batches in many groups, and lots of them, 10 to 20% are all international students. So I would like to volunteer to help them drive the membership. I think I've already spoken to you, General, and Satish. So I think there we can set a different course. Yeah, I mean either ways, either way will come on. There's no big deal. $100 is not a big problem. But what I'm saying is, we need to increase. I think this is the second year in succession. I happen to be here. Thanks to the President and Satish for their persistent communication to be here. But I would like to see another few more 100 people here and increase. Plus, last week I met the current principal, who's also my good friend, my batchmate, Paul, who's the director. He made one or two suggestions which I want to bring it to you. Because I went there to set up an innovation lab. I'm currently finishing my doctorate in California University. So I wanted to set up an innovation lab on generative AI at UVC itself. So that was my initiative. So I want to come to all of us. I've been a beneficiary, so I said, next week I'm meeting the rest of them. I met the registrar. The principal also made one suggestion which made some meaning to me. I don't know it's relevant. He said regarding the scholarships, he said, the beneficiary for a scholarship is only one individual. Whereas if you set up a lab or something more innovative, hundreds of students year over year can be benefited. And think about it. And he said, see, all the students over here, he showed me a cell phone. He said, see, my cell phone is 25,000. All these people who carry are at least 50,000. So financially, they're quite well off. But if there is somewhere you can drive it towards a common interest where the beneficiaries can be many. That was his suggestion, so I just thought I'll bring it. But otherwise, I think we're all doing a wonderful job. Thanks to the beautiful committee, which is limited resources you're doing. Thank you.
luck everybody. I'm Srinivasan, MS from the reference branch. I'm a proud UVCA and I'm the ISRO person. So we have some ISRO colleagues also here and restored So last time was the momentous year for ISRO. Then we launched another Chandrayaan 3 on July 14th, 8 years back. 23rd August, and Vikram landed on the South Pole. First time they want to do it. So for this lecture series, Satish, I would like to do a lecture series start with that. So in fact, if everybody agrees, I will show just 5 minutes on a launch and landing only, not more. So I can give another lecture some other time. But if everybody agrees, I can show how our GSLV rocket took off at the PPT. No, if you agree everything, if you want to plan, okay, fine. But that, whatever I have is the exclusive. Well, nobody is available. Some other time we can wait.
No, please, I think it will be a good idea.
I am asking people want to. Everything immediately. But I thought this was not completed. If you have time, I would like to show glimpses of 2 events.
Finish up this and give it out.
And the lecture series, after 1 year again, planning schools teaching people. So we can have a lecture series on space also. On the aerospace engineering, we have a private aerospace, all existing people are there. So we won't do help the students to make their own cubes and other things. But also can help.
Hi, I'm Suresh Rao. I have a question. Are there international students in UVCE?
No, sir, not.
No, nothing there. Actually, I'm a US citizen, but I travel. I was wondering, I didn't know if there were international students joining UVCE.
No, sir, nothing like that.
Thank you.
Sir, in the water it was there. I mean, when joined, some students from Iran was there in the UVCE.
But it is not a regular one, sir. There is no seats or anything. This was last month because we just finish up the AGM and then we will.
It was supposed to have a release in 2020. It organized, but because of COVID restrictions, we couldn't do it. So we had collected about 5 lakh rupees at the donation of the college, and we thought we should do something back to the college. So we planned to give them some computers to the library. Now, we purchased and delivered it, and nothing happened to the line for 2 years. And after the COVID restrictions were all removed, then we wondered what is happening. We were just lying there. And the college principal said if you wanted to establish, you spend 5,000 rupees on buying. So this is the kind of response we get from the college for donating something solid or something back to the institution from where we passed away. But unless the new college principal or the takes a little more initiative, this kind of individual effort to go easy. And I don't know how this can be rectified because the mental approach to some donations is difficult. They are mind blocked. They don't take ownership of what you give to them. Unless they own it, and I don't know whether the accounting procedures, the government accounting procedures will prevent them from doing this. I don't know what's the problem. But it is very sad that it is like for 2 years. And when we want to get a commission, they ask to give money for wiring. That's the kind of approach to college. So I think no, library, college library. 2020. And so after 2 years, when the COVID restrictions were falling, some of my classmates went and find out what is happening.
Just, I mean, we will answer, like say, any other further queries, but just for the specific one. So as sir told, when the computers came, I was there in the college. I made sure that it was like say placed and etc. But of course, due to COVID and etc., you remember 2020, 2021, right? So that time it got like say shelved and etc. there. But after that again, I remember Dwarkanath sir speaking to me, sir. So he had called me a couple of times. He asked Satish, can you go and check it out? We could not get it commissioned immediately at that time also. One of the reasons was, as sir told, they said they wanted help with the wiring and the infrastructure part and etc. there. Which again, I had spoke to Dwarkanath sir at that time saying that, sir, this is the thing, if at all needed, we will do it. He said, we should not be doing that, the college should take the responsibility for that. Like say, someone who has given 5 lakhs worth of computers, Giving 5,000 is not a big deal for us. That is not the point. But we don't want to do it. That is what was the point, and I agreed with it totally, sir. But finally, it was commissioned after 2 years, as sir told. 22, like say, at the end September, October, around that time. Yes. I agree, sir. So I know there are, let's say, a couple of more questions. I'll just give us, let's say, 5 minutes. We'll just wrap it up and then open it up, so that by the time lunch is ready, we'll have, let's say, still the Q&A. We'll run through that.
Satish. So in the report, we have missed a point. That is, in the report, your report, one subject we missed. That is, Mr. Narayan, who gave us training for electrical students. That's the first of its kind in that should be included in the report. So that should be
Just check it. I'll add it.
One more point is, one of our members, Mr. Venkat, 1965 batch, was informed me that last year also we discussed this. He wants every member, can they contribute voluntarily 1,000 rupees every year as a donation? His proposal, I said it's a proposal, he said something word of council. So he is here. So he wants that every member should donate voluntarily. Instead of we have to this for discussion.
Okay, sir. We'll talk about that. Sir, as Ravi sir told, maybe it was put in Sampada, I'm pretty sure, but maybe by copying it here, we missed it. We'll update that. So what Ravi sir said was from, like say, Narayan sir, he had organized, like say, 3 to 4 sessions for the electrical students. He had even taken them to the field visit, to the KPCL thing, substation. Yeah. So I maybe in the report I missed it. I will be updating it. Sorry about it. So the other point that we discussed, but just quickly, just one last point that 2 slides I had was plans for 24-25. One is the membership drive. We still want to be the primary focus. We want to run it. The Samilana, we will be going through with that this year also. The meet and greet, we will continue and we will explore more places together. That is like say, between like say, both the alumni and the students. The scholarships and certification support, we will be continuing. There will be the mentorship initiative also. The mentorship initiative is what we started like say 2 years back. We want to continue this further, more, in a much better way. Marvel, we want to expand and there will be a new domain added soon. The aerospace domain is something that we want to add, and there is already the students are working on the proposal. They are putting a proposal, the syllabus will be updated shortly and etc. So that is about the Marvel. Organize at least 3 or more reunions, career opportunities and higher studies. We want to continue supporting the students for that. Continue Sampada and UVCE Chronicles, that is one thing. The entrepreneur group or the network, we want to make sure that it is much more vibrant. We want to kind of make use of that. Alumni Soiree, which was we did last time, as I told, we have got multiple requests for that. So we'll be doing a much bigger event, and that is one of the reasons why in the budget you saw a little bit higher jump in the expenses part. And this is one more event, Innovator Forge. The competition kind of an event that we want to kind of start from this year for both alumni and students put together. A lot of IITs and IIMs do that kind of an event. So we want to kind of introduce that also. That is the... Sure sir, definitely. We'll include that also. Sir. So yeah, at the end, the couple of requests that we had, I'll run through that also. So for the memberships, even last year, before last year also, Sukumar sir had actually told each one bring one. That is what this was the motto. Along with that, we kind of mentioned about the batch coordinators. The idea is in each batch we wanted to identify 3 or 4 batch coordinators who can in turn inform their batches. See, each batch will definitely have a WhatsApp group today, for sure. And even, like say, even if we get 2 or 3 people added newly from each of the batches, that itself will become easily 400 to 300 more members. So that is what we request. After, like say, during the lunch and etc. also, you can let us know if you are interested to become a batch coordinator. For Sampada and Chronicles, we need people to volunteer. We would be, like say, to share your profiles. We would want you to, like say, interview you. The students will be more than happy to interact with you and record the session. And that is the Chronicles. At the end of the day, the idea is to make sure that we have any accomplishment. Each and every alumni, whatever they have done, it's an achievement, it's an accomplishment. It's their unique experience. We want to record it and share it for the students. That is the UVCE Chronicles idea. And Sampada, as you all know, you have seen it. We want to definitely also publish it in the book format. So that is Sampada. The next one is, like say, subcommittees will be formed and we will need active participation. We will be informing you shortly. So with that, like I said, 3 of the major things that we identified was industry collaboration, sponsorship and fundraising, event and alumni connect. So we will need the subcommittees for that along with the Vision UVCE thing. So if again, we will be sharing the forms and etc. Any, like say, volunteers, any help, support will be appreciated. So with that, let's say whatever the announcements and etc. was there from our side, we are done with that. So now it is 12:45. Before we open up the Q&A, I will request the President for 2 things. One is, of course, like say, thank all of you, that is one thing. Then very soon you can do the vote of thanks after the Q&A. But I want also the President to inform about the elections part of it. That is not part of the AGM agenda. So I would want him to say that the AGM is officially closed and then about the elections. One second.
Now, as far as the AGM is concerned, we are doing the AGM and I conclude it. Now, for the next year, the current year onwards, the new committee members who have been elected, and so all that is announced.
Sir, when you give the context,
Only,
sir, I'll give the context for that, sir. You want? I'll give the context of it. Yeah. So, as you all know, in the bylaw, you would have seen, like say, every 2 years is what is the term, and like say, this executive committee, whatever was there, the 2 years, like say, ended this year. We then made an announcement even on the website, in the WhatsApp messages, in the emails, in Sampada, everywhere you would have seen it. We had requested more people to, like say, be part of it. We definitely wanted to look at if elections is possible, because it would be something, a learning experience for us. We have never seen, let's say, how the election process works in an association kind of a thing. Of course, we're all out and voted and etc. But to have a look at it, we are hoping that will happen. But because, like say, we didn't get, like say, any additional nominations and etc., we had to kind of request some of the alumni, and then we proceeded. So that is what Nilkantappa sir is saying, the President. Sir, now you can go ahead.
Now, people who have been elected, elected means unopposed. Srikanth May is the President, then Lieutenant Sukumar Rao, Satish AG, Lomesh AG, Megashri G, Murli Dhara GP, Sridhara Ahalya, Agalya, Sandhya, Sudhindra, Adrian, Isaac. These are the people who have been now will be the committee from now onwards after
The returning officer, Dr. Anand Ram sir. Yes, sir. Whoever is available, I'll mention about that also. Not everyone, sir. I just mentioned that. So, Dr. Anand Ram sir, like say we had requested from 64 batch to be the returning officer. But just until yesterday, like say all the forms and etc. he had received, he had looked into it and etc. But just yesterday he had got some personal urgency. So that is why he could not come today, and he communicated to Lieutenant Officer that in my absence you can make the announcement. So that is the returning officer's update. Yes, sir. We'll just open it. You want it? Yes, yes. We will call them. Whoever is available, we will call them. Okay. So, sir, one other thing before the voter friends, Shrikant sir is not available. So, apart from whoever is available, if you can invite them.
Mike's Mike.
Srikant MA is not in the town, he is out of town. So I said that he cannot present himself. Lieutenant Sukumar Rao. He is 1984 batch and he was the next naval officer. Then Satish AG, whom you all know. Yogesh AG was the past treasurer. Negatri, Muralidhara TV, Sridhar Agarya, (1987) batch. Sandhya, Adrian P. Isaac. These are the people who have been elected.
Jai Hind everyone. I am Dr. Kumar. Since the President-elect is traveling, he is not here today with us. So let me just take a few words. So it's a responsibility we have taken. We have been in the executive committee earlier also. But since the new changes in the college, governing body, etc., the principal has, the director has just taken over this week itself. We had an interaction with the director. So now that the graduate association is being welcomed, the autonomy, as that what he explained also, that means our alumni association or the graduate association has a greater role to play in the coming days. That is the main impetus of being autonomy for the college coming up. So we will have more interaction with the college authorities and bringing up more programs into effect so that there is an active role the alumni association will be playing with our alma mater. Thank you very much. We will be keeping you updated with what we are doing in the future.
Information, Mr. Tripathi, Dr. Tripathi is from IIT Kharagpur, has been joined as a director. So, in fact, they wanted us to come and meet him. We have all gone and met him there in the college. There's a function to meet all the alumni and all. So, whatever he spoke during that time, for me it looks he's a dynamic person. I'm sure that he will take this institution to the heights, back into the old glory. And he wants alumni to interact with him at least twice a month, that's what he said. So there will be frequent interaction and there is a lot of activity now. Because unfortunately, without the permanent director, hardly anything was moving. Because they had to recruit a large number of faculty. Would have been running at 50% of the faculty. And several things. most of the things that we found that whatever is changes that we have done, only with the director in the state, things will move. And I'm confident that take off now on. Thank you.
I'm supporting the entrepreneurship activities and also the ESL activities that happens with the students. So please come forward, who is interested in supporting this, and let us take it to the next level next time. This week itself, there was an ESL activity where my Mr. Ramesh Babu and Jishri was, they were part of it. And Mrs. Deepa Medal is here who initiated the ESL, and we hope that there will be more support from the staff as well, so which definitely Mrs. Deepa Medal will support. So with this, we can kind of interact outside with the scheme of
So, just to wind up, what I request the Vice President is for the vote of thanks.
Good morning, all of you. We have finished this fourth annual general body meeting of UVC Graduate Association. I thank all of you for having attended this general body, and I also thank you for your kind cooperation for me to contribute for the last 4 years for this graduate association. We want to bring out the youngsters to play a more role in this organization. So we wish we can conclude this general body here. Thank you, one and all.
So, yes, we tell that. So what I wanted to just announce is lunch, let's say, will be ready in another 5-10 minutes. We have to go below. So until then, let's say, oh yeah, people who are, let's say, wanting to go, we can start off in another 5 minutes is what I wanted, because Srinivas sir said, I would definitely want to request him to come and speak. Just in another 5 minutes, we can all start moving down, because there are some senior people also here, and we don't want, let's say, the lunch to be delayed for that. That's the reason. But otherwise, we'll definitely, whoever is interested, whoever wants to listen, we can stay back. Ground, it's the venue is the location after once you want to start moving, it's in the ground floor. Canteen.
Question and answer? Sir, yes, sir, we will keep it open. Once sir that is done,
I would like to thank the previous committee for having done a human service for 4 years now. Major General Neelakantappa, Ravi, Umesh, Satish, of course they continue, but I think both of you all will not be there in the next committee. Okay. And better. That's good. That's nice. Because your advice and your suggestions are more welcome to the association because of that. So we request that to continue. So thank the whole committee for having done a really good service. In fact, the amount they have collected and spent is really wonderful. Because no other association, when there is so much of accumulation of funds, there is so much of misuse of funds which we have seen. But this is the association where we have seen that every rupee is counted and every rupee is well spent. So that's the reason why we want this committee to continue again. Main reason for Satish, Lomesh and others to continue is because they are very honest, sincere and hard-working students. So that's the reason why we want them to continue forever, so to say. So they are still young, they can take the responsibility and do it. So I thank you immensely, sir. This is on our behalf. You have done a wonderful service. Request you to continue advising the committee.
I will not take too much time. There are important two things and not cover everything. Just show the DSC rocket and how it will launch. And this rocket only we use for human space mission Gaganyaan, which will be launched next year. So, and this full satellite was built in Euro satellite center, which is in Bangalore. That was the headquarters for building the satellite. These are all shared. So, this shows the previous attempt generated to where we covered 3.8, nearly 4 lakh kilometers, but 527 we could not land successfully. That we covered. And these shows the other people who, after 7 attempts they could land, but ISRO second time it successfully landed. That's what this shows. So the different stages of the rocket. So what you see here, the satellite actually is sitting here. These are the top, these are the nose part of the rocket. This shows the closer view of that. Yeah, this is the expert view of the center. And so the satellite doesn't mean only mechanical, electrical, it involves several systems, thermal structures, power system, control system, mission management, and civil also. We need a lot of civil hardware, also civil engineers also involved in supporting that. So this shows the expert view. This is the lander, the Vikram, which landed on moon, and that is the rover. Again, which more 100 meters, and I have the power system design about this. I'm happy to say, I delivered the battery for this power system. This shows the how the rover came out with the rocket and the Vikram lander came out. So these are different views of the rocket. So this is Srivikota where we have a vehicle assembly building. The rocket is assembled there, moved on rails and brought to the launch pad. You would have seen that only. And this shows the, I will not take, there is a video of that, how the satellite is built at the ISRO Satellite Center and moved to Srivikota, this container. Yeah. Okay, slightly I will just show how the satellite is assembled and mounted on the rocket. This shows that. Stop this line. There are several stages, Raman coaches, these are the Raman coaches, the lifting stage, the graduation stage, then the Vikram lander is mounted on the rocket, each sheet is assembled, and it is taken to the launch pad. Then the rover, it is mounted back. On the moon surface, the ramp came out and the rover rolled down. This is a testing we have done. Is getting assembled on the rocket, Srivikota. So this shows the launch happened. The audio is not there, please countdown and how the satellite looked the onboard, we have onboard cameras also. In the countdown, I can't have the audio. This is the top of rocket. This happened on July 24, July 14th last year. The rocket successfully went up and ejected the satellite. There is a good audio, but we are not able to speak on the air. Yeah, so the rocket went up and different stages got separated and satellite. Slowly we took it to moon. See, we can't go in one step. So whatever engines we have to be that that's what happened to other people. If you see here, If you do slowly, you will get it, you will crash at the mole. If you do it fast, you will escape the mole and you will not able to crash. And this is the ultimate distance. Next time you go to Dottaladmara, there is one Bailado, ISRO Center Center, where this ultimate distance, under 5 feet diameter antenna is there. By ISRO only. So there are only few in the world. So this is able to track all the satellites, supporting even NASA and other people also. So this is how we go to moon. We have to go slowly reach the orbit, then get into lunar transfer trajectory, escape velocity is very fast. Go near moon, we have to make it go totally zero and get into moon's gravity. And slowly we have to reduce the orbit and then land. This thing, there are several videos and it shows our Krishna Paksha, Shukla Paksha, why we see more important days in the year. The relative movement of moon around Earth and the different phases of moon. Actually, what we see is only one side of the moon. What we see here now on Earth. Actually, what we don't see is back side because the movement of moon around Earth and the speed is synchronous. We don't get to see back side. This view is showing only by orbiter, it is going around the moon. Yeah, these are the things that tried to, we had some issues. There were the challenges, there was not say not big, little short. So all these things we took care in Chandrayaan-3 mission and we improved guidance system, stress control, multiple mission paths, backup plans, and we included additional altimeter, carbon altimeter and artificial intelligence also. So you can see here, when you are going there now, you don't know, we have to land in a place where it's a flat area, not a straight. So we have to, it applied, after going there, it was hovering around the surface, and after finding out the exact spot where it's a flat surface, it landed. And these images are the best by Chandrayaan orbit. It is still working, it was launched in 2018, it is still working fine. And that orbit, that data was used to identify where to land close to South Pole. That's what we need to do. That lander is about 400 kgs, the rover is 30 kgs. And we created a equivalent crater in Chitradurga, there also we have center. The soil near Salem, Makkal, is almost close to there on the moon. We took data and took a recurrent, this is the ultimate check whether it's able to assess the scope in those things. Yeah. Four engines are there. Chandrayaan 2 we had 5. So here we thought 5 is 4, we told is adequate, we reduced to 4. And the only we will burn and reduce the speed and dance. I will show it. I will discuss, sir. Sir, what will I discuss, sir? Because that's right, yeah. This is what we did in the report also. Yeah, people are really. That's the one I am telling you that simulation survey we did. And the place where we, that's the area where we landed. In actual sequence, this, next time when we have a full session, we can spend more time on this. These are the challenges how we landed. Yeah. See, imagine, we are going at 6 kilometers per second, we have to reduce the speed, make it vertical, ensure that we are stable, like all three axes, the road pitch here, and slowly reduce the speed, find out there are no obstacles on the road, and successfully land on the target. Chandrayaan 2, we almost went here, here only we could not go on that. Chandrayaan second one, we could do it. Yeah. And this one, you can see everything there. See, all the routes 0, 1, 0, altitude 0, navigation camera is over, and 2, 3. It's a 2 cube, 27 August last year. And that has been named as Shivashti Point. So suppose, these are all videos are there. And we did a lot of experiments also on the rover. This one just shows. Yeah, we got. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I just wanted to let you know, it's not because people are also hungry. The canteen guy also saying that, sir, puri aakudidini, kandogutte. That is why I asked, sir. That's it. So, please, Sundaram sir wanted to say a couple of words. I just request him. That will be the last one. We'll go down. We can definitely. You want to say?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Mine will be the last.
Okay, fine.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನಾನು ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಸೇರಿದೆ 71 years ago. 71 years ago. And then I went to army. Enjoyed college, cricket, swimming, hockey, everything. We are there. And
So Moses wanted to so that's when you were teaching.
97 I came back. I went to college. To be frankly, I was disappointed. There is no response to what we wanted to do. I got more response from PM's college against them. Today I am glad that all this team that are on the forefront and so many are there, and I try to congratulate them. The first thing today, just visiting all this, what all you have done. Thank you very much, because next year I will be 90. So, it has been, I am very, very happy today. I am not able to, I stay in Devanadi, but I get very glad. And the concern certificate and how much you have done. Thank you, and congratulations to all of you. All of you.
We'll see you again when we are 100.
There's lots of people who have told us about Chandrayaan going to the moon, going to the heights. We also have somebody in the community who is going down. Thank you very much. I'm very proud.
Okay. My name is Ramesh Babu. I graduated from UVCE in 1971. You all heard very good summary of how hard the Graduates Association is doing. But I felt that there's one point that was not brought up, and I want to talk about it. And that is the mentorship program that UVCEGA has undertaken probably only recently. I happen to be part of that, thanks largely to Satish. And what I'm finding is, even though the college, I graduated more than 50 years ago, right? The college, as Sundaram said, every time I visit college, see, it's only this much, nothing has moved. And what is important is, one thing has moved though, the faculty appear to be now with the honorary doctorates. When I was a student, we didn't have any honorary doctorates as professors. And what is more important is that the faculty is already loaded with a lot of work, teaching and administrating and research and all of that. And the whole process, one-to-one advice seems to be missing. And that was the case even when I was a student. So in other words, in 50 years, nothing has changed for the students. For the last 3 months or so, I've been interacting with an MD student, and I've enjoyed it extremely well.
And what I would like to see happen in the future is somehow get some kind of better structure into the mentorship program, and I'm willing to work voluntarily on it to make it better. And I hope I will get some support from all of you. Thank you.
What we'll do is, I know, like say, sir told we can take the photo, we'll take the down, like say, once we have the lunch there, right, we can have the photo there itself. So I'll request all of you, because